Up next, we need to look at the vibe check. Now, the vibe check is my way of looking at a pair and comparing it to past releases, seeing if it has a similar vibe check to help if you can pick this up as a way to grow your collection for other pairs you may have missed. Now, starting things off, this is obviously a retro of the 2004 pair, and I don't know many people who still have really good wearable shoes from this time and age. So if you have the old version, there's a good chance your pair has been very well worn in at this point, so this is your way of picking that up. And for other people who missed out on earlier releases in 2016, now is your chance to finally get your hands on this pair. Taking things a step further back, and I think it's the first time I've done a vibe check on this channel comparing it to a grade school sizing, but there are obviously a couple pairs that I think this vibe checks that, but better because obviously it's in men's sizes. Now, it's not often I'm jealous of grade school sizing because they try to be quite quirky and out there for the kids, and it just doesn't look clean or wearable for adults. But in this case, they released the retro back in 2016 on the same pair. So from a grade school perspective, people obviously felt they missed out then. I actually remember wanting to build my UNC collection, and I didn't like the 12 that was on offer. Being that grey didn't really feel enough UNC blue for me, so I looked out for similar pairs, and I remember seeing the grade school release of the emoji 12s, and I thought, okay, well, apart from the emojis, it's actually a really cool pair, but they didn't do adult sizes. And I remember thinking, that's actually quite a cool pair, forget the emojis, but it's actually a really cool pair that I wish they did adult sizes in. Fast forward a few years now, and I think this is our best representation and a vibe check of that pair. So I think if you're building that UNC colorway, even though it's not an official one, this is a fantastic pickup for that. Then taking things a step further back, this is ultimately a Jordan 12 with a blue accent. Now, there haven't been a lot of shoes that sort of meet this criteria, but there was one that came out recently, which was the Jordan 12 in the blueberry colorway. Now, that's obviously a lot darker of a blue and takes a lot more of the shoe space up, going around that full mudguard. Now, if you missed out on that pair, I think this pair is a good vibe check for a similar aesthetic, obviously being an all white base shoe with some blue accents, but it has the added advantage of being a lot more wearable. Lastly, taking a real step back, we're not even talking about 12s anymore. Instead, we're going to its predecessor, the Jordan 11. Ultimately, if we look at the shoe, it's a white all-base shoe with a UNC colour on the bottom as its sort of accent and nod. And that makes me think of the Jordan 11 in the Legend Blue colorway. Now, this Jordan 11 is obviously the most recent to have released in December 2024, and by Jordan 11 standards, that kind of makes it the most obtainable that it'll ever get. That said, Jordan 11 prices still do climb, so if you missed out on that pair, this might be your way of kind of capturing a similar aesthetic.